Good morning. It is June 5th, 2019. It's 7 o'clock, and my name is Bev. This is the Bev D Show. We're working on a Wednesday, I think, middle of the road here, and it's a great day. I'm excited about it. This is the middle of the week where you get to say, you know what? If the first 2 days were amazing, you say, all right, let's keep this going, and you do that. Or if the beginning of your week didn't start off the way you wanted, you get to push reset. You get new beginnings, a new start, and this is a perfect opportunity to give yourself a hug and forgive yourself. Say, you know what? I messed up. That's what human beings sometimes do. We are pretty good at that, making mistakes, not saying the right thing, doing the right thing. So this is a great day to start over. Actually, I feel that way about every day. Every day that I wake up, I thank God that I have the opportunity to be putting my feet on the floor, and that He has given me another chance to have a few moments ahead of me. We never know when those last moments are. But I look at each day like that. I really do. And I'm very grateful. And I kind of say happy birthday every single day to myself and to the world, because we're still here. And it is a good, if you're waking up in the morning or your shift and you wake up at night, whatever your start to your day is, maybe, there's a lot of people that take care of things while the rest of us are sleeping, and they have a new beginning for them, but it starts in the middle of the night. So to nurses, firefighters, police, women and men, I say thank you to taking care of things, and our servicemen and women. I'm very grateful. I don't even, there's so many of us that I'm sure that they don't even cross their mind of the hard work that they're doing, and the things that they do to keep us safe and alive, if we're lucky. So I feel very blessed. It's also a day, I'm a recruiter and trainer, and I'm a sales trainer, and I was recently, a couple of weeks ago, I guess it was, at a regional meeting, and one of the things that I was doing was sharing my thoughts on objections. And I had a note from a colleague of mine that said, you know what, you should do a segment on objections, once or twice a week. So with so much time and so little to say, wait, scratch that, reverse it. With so little time and so much to say, I thought I would do just a little segment today. And it's kind of like that reset thing. Maybe you had some sales calls and maybe you wished you would have handled them differently. But, I have a theory on objections, and I don't know if it's been said before or not, and it doesn't matter to me, because I honestly have been reading and researching and training myself on sales for decades. And so I have learned to train myself to look at yes, we are live, Ron. I don't know exactly how to reply to that. I'm going to have to find, oh, there it is. Yes, we are live. Somebody just messaged me. Okay, so anyway, thank you for the message. In talking about objections, just a little bit of a reset there myself, because I have never received a message on here before, so that's really cool. Thanks, Ron. Apparently you can message me while I am going live. So objections, people look at objections in sales. We review it. What do you say about this? It's the five basic, there's five basic objections. They fall into different sentences as to how people object. But it's no need, no time, no interest, no money. And they might not trust you. So no trust. In saying that, you have to prepare yourself. So objections are like when you're, let's say you're on a football team And if there wasn't anybody in your way and you were the quarterback and you were catching the ball and you were running with it and making touchdown all day, wouldn't be much of a game, would it? So, what we have is all over the field these little objections, and they are in the form of different type of defensive players. And so, in order to be a Tom Brady in the world, he not only has a team that supports him, but he is expecting that team to do something to him. So, what they do all week is train on how to respond to that. This team is going to do this, so we need to do this play. We know the team is going to do that, and oftentimes the opposing team tricks them and does something different. But basically, that's why you run plays over and over and over and over and over again in the game of football or any sport. You don't just show up in September on a high school football field and you have, without any practice or preparation on how the different teams respond. So that's the same thing in sales. I know there is a possibility that this person, and I always believe in my product, and it's nothing I'm trying to trick anybody on. Objections are just a way for me to learn more about their business and what they do. So when someone objects, I'm already ready. I'm already prepared as to them saying, you know what, Bev, I'm not really interested. You know what, Bev, I really don't have the time for this today. We just invested in, let's say it's a restaurant, we just invested in a brand new kitchen. I wish we had money for, I sell advertising. So I wish we had money to invest in advertising, but we really don't. And, I do not believe in advertising. It's just something I just do not need. And then, they may say, you know what, Bev, who are you again? And what are you doing? And I don't know who you are. You've just called me out of the blue. I don't know you. And that would fall under that trust category. So I'm prepared with every single one of those with questions. So, in other words, they are open-ended questions. They are questions that it's a learning and sharing experience. So just like I said, I used Tom Brady, if there wasn't anybody out there opposing them as a team, first of all, it wouldn't be called a game. It would be called watch Tom throw passes in, they make what we call touchdowns. There wouldn't be any challenge. Objections are just a challenge and not a negative one. If you're in sales and you're making 50 to 100 calls a day, and that's via phone or email or voicemail, and you're putting all this positive outbound activity out there, are you prepared for 100 people to say yes to you? No, you're not. It would be cool and you'd probably be very rich, but you are not prepared to even manage the work for 100 people to say yes to you. So your strategy must be to be able to respond and have conversations with people. If you do not do that, you're not perfecting your skill. People practice to hone in on their skills. That's why we have many phone conversations in a day, because each one, or each time we introduce ourselves, or each time that we have business conversations, quality business conversations with a business associate, we end up learning from that. So objections, learning, sharing, okay? So the person that asked me to do this actually said, why don't you try and tackle one every now and then, a different type of objection? And it's really hard for me because I get so excited about this and I'm very, very passionate. And hello there. I'm very passionate about what I do. Hi, Ron. Very passionate about what I do and what I share and what I tell. So I will do this. I will begin with generalizing and sharing with you and then we'll hone in on one. But for the most part, the thing that I do that I find very successful in whether I close a deal or not, or make a sale or not, is I love to ask open-ended questions: who, what, where, when, why, and how. It's that simple. And by doing that, the whole, is this something you'd be interested in doing today? What is that? Even if they say, that gives them such an opportunity to say no. Did you get a chance to look at the information I sent you? What is that? No, I didn't. I didn't have time. So you get caught up in these yes or no closed-ended questions. But if you did send them information and you are following up on it, it would be something more like, hey, I'm just following up. We spoke yesterday. I sent you some information. I'm really looking forward to diving into that a little bit more and talking to you about the benefits of, say, advertising with us. I didn't ask him a question. Yeah, did you get it? What is that? No, I didn't get your email. I didn't have time to look at my email. So avoid that. And I know everybody does it. And I'm telling you right now, stop doing it. Are you really looking for the answer of whether they received it or not? No, what you really want to do is talk business with them. So beware of the yes or no answered questions, the closed-ended questions. So you're in a situation and now you're talking business with them. And they say, for example, no, I am not interested. We have no need. They may sum them all up for you. We have no need for advertising. We're busier than we've ever been. And so and in fact, Bev, I don't have time to talk to you today. And I would say, oh, that's awesome. But before I let you go, because I respect that you're busy, what do you attribute your success to? What is making you so that you are so busy, that you have so much going on? I'd love to hear about that. American businesses are failing as many as they're starting up. What are you doing? What do you attribute that to? And I don't ask that question to be a smartass. I'm asking that question to genuinely learn, what are you attributing your success to? Because I like that. In the first place, I call business to business because I love American business and talking business. And I mean, I don't care if it's a bakery on the corner or if it's a large dealership or a dermatology clinic or whatever type of business. If I have the opportunity to talk to someone and I have them on the phone, I want to learn. I dialed the phone. I finally got a hold of the decision maker. When someone objects to us, we're so excited to tell. We can't wait to say something that might not even make sense. For example, in our industry, maybe somebody says, I'm really not interested, Beth. Well, we have 4 free ad copy changes per year. And we've been around for about 40 years. And we have, what? We can't wait to just spill. Instead of, if somebody says, I really do not have the advertising budget right now. Well, if they tell you they don't have an advertising budget, that means they want to or they believe in advertising. So you ask them, where do you currently advertise? Where would I hear about you? That kind of thing. You're engaging with them then. Now you're talking business and you sound like you care. So, as we look at these different types of objections and asking people, hey, if you're so busy and you don't have time, I want to know why. Or I want to know where you're advertising. Where would I hear about you? Because that might be information that maybe whether I close that deal or not, I'm interested in knowing what their game is because they're winning. So I want to be able to share that with others or put it in my arsenal as things that I've learned. We're in a constant, if we're picking up the phone and we're talking to that many people in a week, we are putting ourselves in a learning situation. We are putting ourselves in a classroom a theater, if you will,